Ah, Suki. Here we are again, young lady. We're back. They let us come back for another show. Suk, we try to take the day off, but we just can't. We're too jam-packed. We're too jam-packed.
We've got 3 incredible guests today. I mean, just talk about the stratospheres. I mean, really, we're shooting for the stars today.
I mean, listen, coming up in just a few minutes, the legendary Felix Cavaliere. Sheila E's coming up in just a little bit. Dun, 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 dun.
Boom.
Sheila E's coming up. And then Tabitha Fair's coming up. My screw up yesterday, Suki. She was originally scheduled for today. Taylor Dane was on yesterday. We thought Tabitha was coming on. But when I wrote them back to come on, I wrote Wednesday the 13th.
All right.
Yesterday was Wednesday the 12th. So I thought Wednesday, they thought the 13th. So
it's fine. It's fine. Listen, it's like a mild clerical error, just a clerical error. It's an oversight. But you know what? That's the great thing about our show. We're able to move. We're able to bend. We're able to make things happen. Mm-hmm. We are here for the stars just as much as they are here for us and our viewers.
The good thing is, Suki, when we screw up, we can't get fired. Nobody can fire us. Isn't that a great thing?
Remember back in the day when we used to get called into offices and the doors used to get closed?
Mm-hmm. Listen, you guys just did a great 6-hour broadcast, but there was one thing you said in there for 30 seconds that we just didn't like. This would have been a good meeting, but now it's a bad meeting because out of the 5 hours and 42 minutes you were on the air that was good, we're going to pick out the stuff that we didn't like.
Not anymore. We're bosses of our own show now. We don't have to deal with any of that stuff.
Suk, it's amazing. Listen, we are jam-packed. I got a couple things I got to talk to you about before Felix comes on. The legendary Felix Cavaliere coming on in just a few minutes. Let's get this thing under control and we rock and roll, baby.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott, that's 7 of hearts. Woo! Exactly.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl!
Wonderful!
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light, it gets in there and it just fights the kung flu, is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
We love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
Yes, indeed, Suk. We continue to laugh together.
I'm trying to share it up so if all of our viewers can share it up.
Nice.
Let's try and get some more viewers.
Hey, you know what?
Let's try and get it going.
Suki, here's what I'd like. We reach about 3 million people a month.
Yep.
And we have the certain amount of viewers because they comment every day, our usual names, but they're not doing their jobs, I don't think. I'd like to, we may have to shut the show down because I don't think the ladies across the country who love and watch this show every day.
Cherry Hetrick, I'm calling you guys out. Pam Apollonie.
I don't think they're spreading the word enough, Suki. I'd like to get to 5 million a month, and I'm just not happy with 3 million a month, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? They've been with us since the very beginning. They've helped us grow our show. So these women are just a big part of our success too. So I love it.
Absolutely.
Let's say hello to some of them.
Go ahead, Suk.
Cherry
Very
Hetrick,
important.
Pam
Very
Apollonie,
important.
Pam Hafner Gestione. Is that right?
I've heard that one before.
Gessolone.
Pestalone.
Gescoigne. I know it's a beautiful Italian name. I hope I didn't mess it up, Pam. Anne Rothney, Leah Burke. Cherry is like, we're dedicated to you guys, not every day, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Yes, you are, Jeannie Clay. We love you. Emmy DeRider, Janelle McCarthy, Laura Nichols, and everybody's saying hello, hello, hello to everybody else. So I love that our community not only watches our show, supports everything else that we do on our entertaining side, but they also support each other, which is the fascinating part that we've created this community.
Sook, listen, we have an amazing, amazing show today. The
legendary.
legendary.
Pam said
What's she say?
Gascoigne.
Oh, Gascoigne?
This is how you pronounce it, Gascoigne.
Gascoigne, as in Gaston? Gaston? Gascoigne?
Pam, you wish you never started this conversation, didn't you? We love you, Pam, anyway.
Sook, listen, in 1965, there was a group, the Young Rascals, that were formed in Garfield, New Jersey. Felix Cavaliere is one of those legendary singers and one of the original Young Rascals. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's in the Songwriter Hall of Fame, the Grammy Hall of Fame. He's going into the NFL Hall of Fame soon, the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's in every Hall of Fame you can think of.
He's an MVP. Let's just say that in every way.
And just so now, Felix Cavaliere's Rascals, they're called. They've been out touring in and out of the pandemic, as you know, hoping things calm down.
Absolutely.
He has teamed up with Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees.
Wow.
Yeah, they were supposed to be at the Palladium, I think, in Times Square this month, but because of all the crap that's going on. They moved it to Friday, June 3rd, I believe. We'll talk to Felix about that. So they're teaming up. Felix Cavaliere's Rascals, Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. They're going out and touring around. And I got to get a seat over there at the Palladium, Sook. So let's bring Felix in. Here's a little bit to get you reacquainted with the main man. And Felix Cavaliere coming up. Sook, how can I be sure?
Oh, Felix.
In the world. Felix!
Singing your songs and killing your songs.
Hello, everybody.
Felix, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, my man. What's
awake
cooking?
now. Yeah. You guys are rocking. Yeah, I like that.
You just saw your whole life flash in front of your eyes there, huh?
Right in front of me there, yeah.
Felix, how you doing, my friend? You listen. We're gonna start with the present and move back because I know you guys were supposed. You and Mickey were supposed to go, I guess, this month in New York. We pushed it back to June, but it's going to be an amazing concert. What was? I know you guys have been friends for a long time. What was it that made you want to go out on the road with him and do this?
Well, you know, the people who represent us, you know, the agencies, APA, and you know our managers. They say, you know, this might be a good pairing because it's time for people to start having a really good time again.
Yeah.
You know, it's as simple as that. You know, I mean, the music that those guys did, the music that we did, you know, it's pretty happy stuff. You know, and I think it's time for people to kind of enjoy and life a little bit. You know, and kind of like just remember and at the same time feel good. And seriously, that's how it came about. And I sat with Mickey recently, and I tell you the truth, I couldn't stop laughing, man. He's so funny, man. We had a blast just doing promos. We had a blast. So we're looking forward to kind of having some fun.
How does it feel when you have that at the bottom of the moniker? You know, songs that define a generation, but not only one generation, but the generations that followed. Because even my kids sang all the songs because that's nostalgic to me, and I want them to share the same music. So how do you feel about your songs just kind of continuing to evolve through the ages?
Well, I'll tell you a story. I did this. I did this. Which a quick answer to that. I did this show in England for the ASCAP of England, you know, and I did a medley of all those songs, and Cat Stevens was there, you know.
Oh,
yeah. So at the end of the performance, she said, "I didn't think it was that old." It's a long time. I didn't think it was that old.
That's incredible.
You know, you go through a lot of those years, you know, and then you look back and you go, wow, it's so great that, first of all, people remember those songs and they enjoy those songs. It's a great feeling all around.
Well, listen, you guys, you know, you take it back to 1965 when you formed the Young Rascals, Dino, Eddie, Gene, and you. Did you think back then, Felix, that, you know, in 1997, you guys would be standing on the stage at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I mean, it's surreal, right?
See, that the question was, did you think back then? No,
right. Did you?
We didn't think at all. We just did.
Was it like sort of this like friends getting together and saying, "Hey, you like music, we like music. Let's do this together. Let's create something." Was it as simple as that?
No. This was a different kind of situation. I mean, basically, it's a long story short. I was in England. I was in Germany working with Joey D and the Starlighters, and there was this group that was opening up for us called the Beatles.
Oh, those guys! I heard of the Beatles.
No one knew them yet.
Right.
Wow.
Those guys. And I was a pre-med student at the time, and I had to make a decision as to what I was going to do with my life. Well, I mean, this looked like it was a lot of fun. And, you know, as I say, to simplify it, I really enjoyed all of the young ladies that were screaming and hollering with it. Like, this could be good.
Yeah, it could be worse, right?
As I say, to simplify it, when I went back to the United States with them for a short period of time, I was with them. I decided, let me start a band. And I looked at them more as a singing group rather than a playing music group. But I said, how about if I get the best singers I can find, the best players that I can find, and put them all together? You know, like a lot of times there's one person in a group that people, you know, identify with. I had 4 of those people. Basically, every one of the members of the band had been a leader of their own thing. So we rocked, and we had a deal in 6 months.
Oh, I love Felix. Do you still have that yellow that red shirt you're wearing in that picture? You still got that?
I still have it. I don't fit in it.
I love the shirt.
Young man. So this was so the Young Rascals. It wasn't like a group of guys who were already friends. You went out and handpicked these fellas
everybody
to be in the group,
so to speak. You know, we were working together with Joey D. You know, Eddie's brother was there. You know, and the drummer came to me from a young lady that I was seeing at the time who, you know, she said, "Well, you know, your group's okay, but I got a drummer for you." And she took me to the Metropole. I don't know if you're familiar with the Metropole.
Metropole, sure.
Yeah, and I saw this guy up there, Dino Danelli, who's the good-looking one in that picture. You know, and I said, "Oh my God!" I mean, it was, first of all, even if you couldn't hear him play, it was so entertaining watching him. You know,
right?
And so I asked him to join. And you know, as I say, we'll simplify the story to say, we had a good time. We really enjoyed it.
What did your nice Italian family growing up in Pelham say when, you know, here's their son going to be a doctor, saying, you know what, I'm gonna go in this direction? How did that all play out of curiosity?
Well, you know, fortunately, I got the blessings to go because, you know, again, I'm backtracking, but my dad, you know, he came to see me at a hotel that I was working at before all this happened, and there was a maitre d' there that knew of my dilemma, that I wanted to do this, rather than going back to school, and
Right.
he said, "Oh, your dad's coming up." He said, "Don't worry, I got you covered." Well, when he came into that, it was a Raleigh hotel. When he came into that
the
place,
Raleigh and the Catskills.
Yeah.
you know it? Oh my goodness!
Of course, Felix.
Wow. So you're old too. I like that.
I'm not that. Listen, Felix, I used to work in the Catskills up at the Concord and the Pines and all
Oh, there
those
you go,
places.
man. See, a lot of people don't know about that in the rest of the
Yeah.
United States of America. But that
Okay,
place, those
continue.
places were
Yeah.
historic.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
amazing.
They were, first of all, the acts that would come in there. I mean, like the comedians that would come in there, especially
Yeah.
the Latin groups that would come in there, and then later the rock and roll
Crazy.
groups that would come. It was fun. It was really
Yeah.
fun.
Felix,
anyway,
real quick. We're talking about Mickey Dolenz. I was working at the Pines Hotel. The Monkees were performing at the Concord, so we snuck into the Concord during the day.
Wow.
There was a hole in the fence out by the ball fields. We snuck into the Concord, and who's there playing softball right on the field? But Dave and Peter Tork, the Monkees were playing softball with some of the people who worked at the Concord. Somehow I ended up with Davy Jones sunglasses. I don't know how. I may have walked away with him.
He was phenomenal. He was so
was great.
funny, man.
I'll
I
never
mean,
forget
you
that.
spent any time with him, he could tell jokes with all of the different Irish and English accents.
Yeah.
He was. I tell you, all those guys were good guys. They really were. And I don't know which one was crazier though. Let's figure that out.
Felix, do you have like a favorite song that you just love to of all your anthology of everything that you've done that you knew when you wrote it? When
like
you did...
as you were singing before, "How Can I Be Sure?" I love "How Can I Be Sure."
Yeah.
Felix, can you give us a little of that?
Come
Give me a
on,
little
Felix,
How Can
give
I
it
Be
to
Sure?
us.
How can I be sure in a world that's constantly changing? And boy, is it ever constantly changing, especially the weather. Oh boy. Yeah.
I love it. Is that your favorite? But that wasn't
No,
even
I don't really
number
have a
one,
favorite.
right?
Well, like,
that wasn't one of your number ones.
We had the idea of being on Atlantic Records, first of all, was magic. Making records with Arif Mardin, was magic. I've been blessed by all this. So beautiful morning. There's another one. I mean, like, so it's kind of like how many kids you have. Which one do you like the best? None.
That's all the artists say that, Felix. It's like having
None.
kids, right?
No,
How about a beautiful morning? Can you sing a little bit of that?
Come on, Felix.
It's a beautiful morning. Yeah. I think I'll go outside for a while.
And just smile.
Yeah, see, that's what it's all about. Smile.
It's so good.
Can I tell you something? I play that song every morning for my kids. That's what we start our morning off with.
Thank you. That's great. Because it's a positive kind of like joyful experience.
Oh yeah, it's one of our family songs. I have like a mixtape of family music, and that's right up there.
Felix, our musical director, Phil Paz, he's also our house crooner. He's got millions of followers around the world, and he's the third member of our show. He's a huge fan of the Rascals. He sent me about 45 seconds of one of your songs, and I just want to get your thoughts on, because I know people are covering your tunes all the time. This is our guy, Phil. Give me your American Idol, judging on this. All right, take a look. It's about 45 seconds. Here you go.
Grooving on a Sunday afternoon, really couldn't get away too soon. I can't imagine anything that's better. The world is ours whenever we're together. There ain't a place I'd like to be instead of grooving down a crowded avenue, doing anything we like to do.
Yo,
What do you know, man? That's pretty cool.
and we've been trying to get him off the show, Felix. Can you take him on tour?
I don't know. That looks like a challenge there, But I'll tell you, he's got a lot better diction than I did. That's for sure. He actually pronounced every one of those words.
Every word.
That
That's
sounded really good. That's cool.
Felix, when you wrote "Groovin'," what was it about that song that did you know that it was going to be the hit that it was going to be?
No, but Murray the K did, and he was there.
Murray the K. Wow.
You remember
really?
Murray the K?
Yeah.
He was in the studio, and we cut this song. And I can tell you about the song and all that, but basically, look, the idea is that musicians work on Friday and Saturday nights. Women hate it. So you have to say, look, my darling love, I wrote this song because we're grooving on a Sunday afternoon, but we cut it. And Murray was in the studio, and Atlantic didn't want to put it out. They said, "Hey, what is this? You're a rock band with a conga. What's wrong with you?" And so Murray happened to be in the room. He walked in. He said, "Listen, I'll put that on the radio right now." And Jerry Wexler said, "Like I said, that's a good one, Because you know how hard it is to get on the radio. And then when Murray says he's going to play it,
yeah,
he
wow.
played it. Rest his soul. Good guy, man. Good guy.
Felix, listen, man, you started the group in 65, so you've been doing this for 55 plus years, right? And you're back out. You're back out now, right? Felix Cavaliere's Rascals. Is it? And I know it's hard to say, but because you've sang these songs more than 1,000 times. Does the juices still get flowing when you're out there doing it for the live audience?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you that the people I know, and I just have to mention my darling Ronnie Spector that just passed.
Oh,
yes.
We worked together many, many, many times. I don't know anyone from the old school. I'm talking about the Kinks, even Ringo. I mean, work with Ringo that doesn't still enjoy getting up there and rocking. Yeah. I don't know anyone. And if they don't, they've quit a long time ago. You know what I mean? They don't do it. If you do it, you love it.
Yeah. No, I was sad to see about Ronnie Spector. And
oh, man, are you kidding? Wow.
As soon as you see that, you start singing, be my baby.
Be my little baby.
Right. You start thinking.
The best. And the interesting thing, I used to live in Connecticut, she was a neighbor. And her husband, who was her manager, his father was my proctologist. So,
you're getting it both ways. You know what I mean?
Felix, I got to tell you, we've done 260 of these shows since the pandemic started. We've had over 500 guests. That's the first time I've heard anybody say her father was my proctologist. Nicely done.
Well, I'll tell you, have Mickey on, and then hold your breath.
Right.
Oh my God, he had me in tears.
Tears.
Because we would do we were doing promos for the tour, so they write a little script for us, and then like for example, one of the lines was a rascal and a monkey. What could be better? Now, you'd never want to ask him that question.
Oh yeah.
He filled in that blank, and each time the guy said, "You got to cut that. You got to cut that."
Oh, it's so funny. That's well, actually, we're supposed to have Mickey on a little closer to when you guys are going to be over there at the Palladium, and it's still Friday, June 3rd, right? Is that still the date?
As far as we know, we're going to do it. They keep pushing it, and as a lot of us have been pushed to the future.
Yeah. So it's the Palladium in Times Square. Mickey Dolenz. Felix Cavaliere's Rascals. It's Friday, June 3rd, and just an amazing way to spend the night. I can't imagine that place won't be filled up with a lot of screaming, singing, 50-year-olds like us.
Yep.
Well, that's the hope, because I've been doing shows, whenever they allow us to play. I did a show down here in Tennessee at the City Winery in October.
Right.
And a lot of people who I normally would have been there, they were afraid to come, and that's what I'm worried about. Is like, is everybody okay with going out? And
I have a feeling. I have a feeling, I have a crystal ball, and I really think like this summer, everyone will be out. I do think like, the summers, somehow it's like a breath of fresh air, spring, summer, and into fall. And then we just kind of buckle down again in this, the winter time. But I think
I'm
it'll be
on my
there.
way to Ridgefield, Connecticut next week, and
nice.
also to Manchester, New Hampshire. I've got a couple of shows in Ridgefield at, the Ridgefield Playhouse, and I've got a show up in Manchester because, so far those states haven't really closed down.
No.
Like New York's kind of a little bit closed down, but I hope you're right because, I really know everybody's ready for this, and we got to be safe. You have to keep safe. You got to keep safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank
Felix,
you.
Felix, when I show you this picture, what's the first thing that comes to mind? I think this is you. Let
A
me know if
rascal and
it's
a monkey? Ooh.
Yeah, look at that guy, huh?
Huh? Look at
Handsome.
you. It's just when you look back at that, it's almost like
brown-eyed, handsome man. That's what. Look at that.
There you go. Look at you.
Look at that.
I love the old stuff, and I love you guys. Obviously, look at you flying Pan Am. Obviously, just landing in
Wow,
Hawaii, right?
Wow.
Look at that.
Right.
Well, you see, the thing is that like, for example, obviously that was Hawaiian Islands.
I was going to say, look at all the beautiful lays. Yeah.
See, we had the good fortune of being like the Beatles in Hawaii.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's next to you?
That looks like Paul McCartney.
I was going to say, it looks like Paul McCartney. Who is that?
That's a guy trying to look like Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Who is that? Is that
Is
Dino?
that Paul McCartney?
That's Dino McCartney.
That's Dino.
He did a good job of it, didn't he? Right?
He did a great job.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Goodness. I love it.
Well, he's an artist, He did himself up.
Pretty good.
That's so great. And
what
listen,
a group of guys! Let me tell you, what a group of guys! Oh boy!
Now some of the guys, and again, I don't know if what happened to who or who's still around, who's not around. Felix Cavaliere's Rascals are there any of those guys still with you right now?
Hell no!
No.
There's so many songs. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Okay, I was just
These
asking.
are all guys from Nashville. I tell you the truth. These guys been with me for over 17 years.
Yeah, it goes fast, right?
Yeah,
fast. This is the new bunch, right?
We try. Yeah, these guys here, the motley crew here. Yeah.
That's great. Felix, what made you move? You're a New York, New Jersey guy, that area. What made you end up in Nashville?
Not the food.
You're spoken like a true Italian guy.
But anyway, I'm only kidding. Look, Nashville is Music City.
Oh, I love it.
And there's no question about it. Down here, like basically, the first time I came here, which seriously to live, I saw like Steppenwolf guys.
Wow.
Some of Bruce's guys used to live here.
Yeah.
Danny used to live here before he passed, of course. Bob Gaudio lives here. Not only country humans, but I said, what's going on? This is the songwriting capital of the United States. Like LA's for the film people.
Yeah.
I really wanted to continue my songwriting because, first of all, I enjoy it, and second of all, you used to be able to make a great living at a songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
That's prior to this wonderful streaming stuff that everybody decided to do, But that's the thing down here. It is also, I might add, the bachelorette capital of the.
Oh, Felix, I know that. Felix,
so
many
there's
times
life in the old
been.
boy yet,
Yeah. I keep telling Suki she's got to get down to Broadway. It's like no place she'll ever be.
Felix, every time he goes down to Nashville, he calls me drunk as a skunk, and he's FaceTiming me. He's FaceTiming me.
Don't
Felix,
listen to him.
I love it. I love it, there, Felix. Felix, you see all the bachelorette parties rolling
you get it?
bike things. Yeah. It's
a madhouse now. It's a madhouse.
It's great.
Like I say, people come down. See, let me see. Over 5 years ago, the powers that be down here decided they were going to build a 2 million square foot convention center.
Yeah.
Which they did, in the shape of a guitar, by the way.
Yes,
that
of
out.
course, of
You know,
course.
so they really attracted a lot of conventions, and then they built the arena, the Bridgestone Arena, it's called.
Yeah,
And then they built a stadium for, by the way, the Titans, who are going into the playoffs.
yeah.
How about that? And then they put a hockey team here. So it has really grown, you know. And now it's time to stop growing.
Yeah, you're like before.
Enough. Yeah, because, basically it was a nice, quiet, very quaint
Sleepy
southern
town.
town,
Yeah.
which is now freaking madhouse.
Yeah. Broadway it's an insane spot.
Wow.
Felix, last time we were there in November, we stayed at the brand new, there's a Grand Hyatt right there on Broadway.
Yes, there is. It's very nice. Yes.
And up top, I got out of the elevator, and who walks in? Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
There you go.
It's just, you never know who you're going to see. I told Suki she's got to get there. She's got to get to Nashville.
Well,
He wants to be just drunk all day, Felix. He wants to be drunk walking the streets of Nashville.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm on my way down there today. Pray for me. I got to go down there. There's a new thing called the Afro-American Museum down there that's got a tremendous display of American music, from the R&B and blues point of view. And I'm doing the thing down there. But, Steven Tyler lives down here. Justin Timberlake lives here. There's so many people down here. And what I like about it is that for the most part, no one bothers anybody. They just let these superstars, Nicole Kidman lives here. And, they just tolerate you. You know what I mean? Which is great. New York's like that, too. They don't care,
Yeah, I love it. Felix, listen, it's an absolute pleasure to have you, my friend. Before you go,
thanks for the stories.
Before you go, and you know what? I want to pop this up again because we want to fill this place up.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up in June 3rd,
right?
Friday, June 3rd, the Palladium in Times Square. It's an amazing place to see a concert. Felix is there. Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. You're gonna dance. You're gonna sing. You're gonna know all the songs. And we're gonna have Mickey coming on later on in the year, and we'll continue to plug the hell out of it. Listen, before you go, give us just grooving, good loving, whatever you want to do. Give us 30 seconds so we can end off on a nice little musical note from you.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on.
He's gonna take out his guitar.
My piano's not working. Damn it.
Now you're sitting by.
I was feeling so bad. I asked my family doctor just what I had. I said, Doctor, Mr. MD, can you tell me what's ailing me? And he said, yeah. Good love. Everybody needs good love. Early in the morning, late at night. Good love. Yes, indeed. And by the way, tell your singing producer there that we may be calling him.
Oh, listen,
awesome.
Felix, it fills the man. If you're ever in the Oklahoma area, the women love them all over the place. They love them.
They do, huh? We could use all the help we can get.
I'm telling you, Felix, he's your guy.
Thank you all. Pleasure spending time with y'all.
Felix, it's a pleasure, my friend. It's a pleasure. Keep doing it, my man.
Thank you so much. God bless. Be safe. Be safe. Be happy.
You too, my friend. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Felix. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye. What a great guy, Suk.
Can you imagine writing all those hits? Just have a minute. Good love.
What a great, listen, I forgot that
it's a beautiful morning.
Yeah. I always loved How Can I Be Sure?
But all the other songs that went with it. It's incredible.
In a world that's constantly changing, where I stand with you.
For me, I love that. I love everything.
What a
good
career,
love. Give us that good love. All I need is love.
I think we just we got Phil a gig finally with Felix and the Rascals.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Got to get him off the shows one of these days.
We got to get him something. Especially he could drive down to Nashville, can he? Fly down?
Suk, listen, Felix would be enough for one particular show.
Not this show.
Not for us. Not for us, babe. Listen, Sheila E. is coming up next. Suki, I, like so many other people, had a crush on Sheila E. when I was, in college, and I was a DJ playing "We Up to Live the Glamorous Life Without Love." We were playing it in the clubs and on the radio, and How about also, you know what other song I always loved was what was it? Love Bazaar?
Love Bizarre.
Love Bazaar, right?
All wanna love Bizarre.
It gets kind of rough in the back
Yeah.
of a limousine. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we want with Prince. We all wanna love Bizarre. Well, she's the queen of percussion, right?
Of
She's
course.
gorgeous.
She's
I
still
mean-
gorgeous. I got to tell you, if I wasn't married, I'd ask Sheila E. out right now on the show. I swear to God. Anyway, listen, she is coming up next. Here's a little bit of Sheila E., and then we'll bring her in on the other side. Take it.
Everybody clap your hands, Minnesota, come on! Let's jam, y'all. Let's jam. Don't wait for your neighbor. 3 eggs and ham. Come on! Do the house. House break. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheila. House break. House break. House break. Shaka, laka, boom.
I mean, please, Sheila, more. We need more.
Sheila, how are you, young lady?
I'm wonderful. That looks like so much fun.
Oh my God, that looks like a badass chick right in there behind that drum set.
I'm hanging in there.
How are
Listen,
you?
Sheila, what is the amount of energy that you exude in like one set of like just doing that? How do you prepare for it? How do you conserve it, and how do you explore? And when you're done, are you just like, okay, I just need to sit back? Because we were just talking to Taylor Dane, and she says it all comes out on stage, and then she just kind of has to kind of be quiet about it. So how do you do it?
Well, definitely, rehearsing that whole segment with my band, trying to figure out what we were going to do. If you get a certain amount of time, you have to make sure that it's exactly that. And, my band members know, they're just amazing. They know that when we rehearse to do something, we play it as if it's the show, because if we don't go all out, when I get ready to play, I'm not prepared. I have to go all out playing as if we were performing. And that helped a lot, because then we're prepared to know exactly how much it takes, which is all. But, breathing and running around across the stage and trying to figure out, where we have to be. So, and we discuss a lot of it. But yeah, my band members are amazing. And when we get together, and then after we're done, we're like, woo! Or we say, oh man, I made a mistake. It's like, oh, it's okay. And then after we're like, oh yeah, great. Yes. We're just pumped. We're hyped. Like, now we need to go play a show somewhere. We're not quiet. No. We're not quiet.
I love it. And did your dad Pete was and is still a big percussionist. Do you guys, is that where your love of this came from him, I assume, as a kid, right?
Yeah, no, watching my dad play every single day, practicing to LPs back then. And then he would rehearse with his band once in a while in the living room. And then he would have jam sessions. So there were always musicians in the house and music in the house every single day. We didn't watch a lot of television. It was definitely music, at least 6 hours a day.
Oh, that's amazing.
I will tell you, I know exactly where I was when I heard "Glamorous Life" for the first time. I'm serious. It was just like I had to stop.
Where were you, Sook?
I was getting ready to go to school. They played it on the morning drive in New York City. And I was like, what in God's green earth did I just hear right now? And, back in the day, used to be able to have a cassette, right? You'd get a cassette and you'd be able to
try and catch it. You got to try and catch
a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So then you can go to the record store and then get it. So I caught the last bit of it. I was like, holy crap. Let me just put it in. And I have to tell you, that song to this day is an anthem. It is an anthem. Did you know when you put it out that it would be the anthem that it is and have the legs and tentacles that it has sustained for all these decades?
Not necessarily. I mean, you write music, you know, you're just expressing yourself. You never know if anyone's going to like it or not. But the issue at the time, signed to Warner Brothers doing that record, they wanted to release the first single, Bella St. Mark. And Bella St. Mark is a great song. However, it's just the song that I'm only singing on. I'm not playing percussion. And I wanted the people to know who didn't know me, to know me as a percussion player. And Glamorous Life, you know, the solos, there was a lot of percussion on that song, and I wanted people to understand that this is who I was as an artist, not really just a singer, but more so a musician, a percussionist, and a drummer. So we fought with Warner Brothers a little bit, just trying to make sure it's like Glamorous Life has to be the one. And they're like, no, Bella St. Mark. I said, no, I'm trying to explain to you that, you know, it has to be because of percussion. And so we did a little showcase at Warner Brothers for all the executives so they could understand what we were trying to push. We did the showcase with the band. We dressed up in all the gear, everything. And they're like, aha, we get it. Okay.
I love when they go, aha.
That's so funny.
And the costumes that changed the way we dressed. I mean, like literally it changed the way we dressed. America dressed, really.
Yeah. And it's funny, Sheila, I was, you know, back in the, you know, mid to late 80s, I was in school doing my school DJ thing. And this record, I remember pulling, this is the way you got to pull this one out every night you're on, you know. And it was just, when I saw this online, I was like, wow, this takes me right back to the mid 80s, man. It was
that is so crazy that the both of you were in school when that came out. That makes me feel really old. Yeah. Thank you.
But the thing is, it's just inspirational, and it was aspirational for many women of color. I just have to tell you that.
Thank you.
Just seeing a beautiful woman, powerful, smart, you know, kind of owning it. And I just really wanted and have always aspired to have a big brown Mercedes sedan. And
well, it was interesting because growing up, I didn't know that a lot of young women or young girls at the time didn't play percussion. I thought it was, you know, kind of normal. And until I started playing and leaving outside of Oakland, California, where I was born and raised. I love that picture. Oakland, California, born and raised. We started coming to Los Angeles and recording with other artists, and didn't realize it's like, you know, one time one of the musicians in the studio, I walked in and he goes, oh, hi, can you give me some coffee? And I'm like, okay, no, I'm here to actually play. I can get you some coffee, but I'm one of the musicians. They're like, what? And, you know, so it was a big deal not realizing, because the only, besides my mom plays a little bit, the only other woman that I saw play on television was Karen Carpenter.
Oh, that's right. Karen Carpenter.
Oh, yes, my gosh. Yes. She was amazing, incredible drummer. And she played drums, percussion, timbales, congas, vibes. I mean, she played everything incredible. And so she was the only one that I saw, you know, playing. And at the time, I was pretty young when her show was on. And when I first saw it, I told my mom and dad, I was like, hey, she plays drums just like me. I didn't really play drums back then. I played percussion. And I was like, oh, my God, she has a brother and they have a TV show. How come we don't have a TV show? You know, it was that kind of thing.
Well, aren't you doing a show on BET called Family Business?
Yeah.
I am doing it. Yes. My character's name is Maud, and I own a nail salon spa in Miami. And, but we're dealing with drugs. And so, yeah, some crazy stuff happened.
Wait, in Miami? Drugs in Miami? Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, that was a lot of fun. I did, you know, like 6, I don't know, a few episodes or so in season 3, which is on now. And they're actually starting to film season 4. So we'll see what happens if I come back or not.
You gotta come back. You have to come back.
Tell us a little bit. What's Sheila ETV? What's going on there?
Yes.
Yeah, Sheila ETV has been a lot of fun during the pandemic. We were initially, because it wasn't too heavy at the beginning of the pandemic, we had people coming here to my house, and I turned the living room, which was the game room, into a set, basically. So we have cameras and lights and everything ready to go. So anyone that walks in, we mic them, and we do, we have 2-3 cameras. Yeah. So we had fun doing that. And then the pandemic got worse. So then we started doing like this virtually, started doing the show. And we just bring on, basically, I just started texting or calling a lot of my friends and saying, hey, can you be on the show? And we've had a lot of fun with it. And then I love following a lot of the young artists right now and the young musicians that are coming up playing music. It's just been incredible, so inspiring. So we've had them on as well, and doing short segments like that. So we're going to get back to Sheila ETV. We stopped for about a month to just take a break, and so I can get in the studio and record some more music.
Because it's a full-time gig if you really think about it. I mean, it is production-wise.
It's a full-time gig.
It is, yeah. I have a great team, though. There's like 3 of them, and that's it. They're amazing. They're amazing.
I want to, Suk, I got to, Sheila, I'm going to take you back a couple years. You're talking about badass chick behind the drum set. Suk, take a look at this. That is unbelievable. That's Sheila. I got chills watching that. I can't imagine being behind the drums, getting the response. I mean, you lost your sticks. You're hitting it with your hands.
You're banging with your hands.
And I mean, when you hear the crowd going berserk like that, that's got to. I can't imagine a more euphoric feeling.
It really is amazing. It's such a huge blessing that the response that you get when people love what you do and you love what you do. It's one of the most amazing feelings, which is why I do what I do now. I just love it. This has made me feel closer to God more than anything has been music, knowing that this is a gift that He's given me.
Right.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
We would be remiss if we didn't talk about Prince at all a little bit, because he is for me an altar that I worship at. It's just something that is just music forever in my soul. And when people sit and talk about Prince, for you, where does that live in your heart today, considering all the events and the time that has now unfolded?
Yeah. It's interesting because meeting him in 1978 and then just playing and recording and rehearsals and jam sessions and just hanging out, going to the movies, whatever. I mean, it's a lot of years of great memories, good and bad, but great memories mostly. And when people talk about them, they share with me their experience or how his music affected him. And that's one thing that he has left us is his legacy, which is his music. I mean, it'll never go away. The songs that he's written are timeless, and he did it effortlessly. And also, he wasn't afraid musically to change sounds and different things like that. Like he would use a drum machine or not, or use a different drum set or use a different guitar, or don't use any bass, he was just experimenting. And he always said that no one, said that this needs to be or recorded this way, or this is a rule that you have to do this. He just did what felt right for him, which was great because he was way ahead of his time. And as far as, for me, one of I think my all-time favorite guitar players in the world. Amazing. Yeah. He's amazing. Yeah. He was amazing. Yeah. He played everything, but he was an amazing guitar player. And being able to play drums while he played guitar was my most favorite thing. Yeah.
So many people say that too. So many guitarists, rock and roll, blues, a lot of different people from different genres say that about Prince, actually.
Yeah. Amazing guitar player. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sheila, when you worked on the Purple Rain studio recordings, right, with him? Was that I thought I read that somewhere?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, no, Purple. He was shooting Purple Rain, the movie, but I did do. It was Under the Cherry Moon. A lot of that music I recorded. I was doing my record. I think when, well, we were done with my record maybe when Purple Rain came out. Yeah, those pictures right there are during Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Times, yeah.
Yeah, we were coming in from Europe, I think. Either we landed in Europe or coming to the States. But yeah, we always just dressed up as if we were on stage, which was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was going to say, what a time to be an entertainer, right? What a time to be an entertainer.
Oh, it was amazing. It was just so much fun. Oh my God. It's still fun. It's harder. It's different.
Yeah.
It's challenging.
Yeah.
You know, recovery, being older is harder. You have to work harder to do more. Oh my God. It's crazy. Yeah.
But just the way the world, it was like you almost had your anonymity in a lot of ways. We don't have all the social media, the people following, the paparazzo the way it is right now. And just the tenor. I mean, you guys were allowed your space to be yourselves in a lot of ways.
We still had, but it was interesting because when I had never experienced that popularity before on that level. And it was interesting to see someone else like Lionel Richie. I was on tour with him right before. Right before. So I knew what that was like, you know, we were on private jets. And that was just a whole nother level. I had not experienced that. So then you see that and you're like, oh yeah, I want that. And then you get it and you're like, what the heck is this? Even though I watched someone else go through it, you're still not prepared for what happens. And you're just like, this is crazy. So after a while, you're really surrounded by security people and the people that work with you. And that's all you see. And all of a sudden you're just like not even connected to the world anymore. We're in our own bubble and you don't even realize it. Then when the tour is over and you stop and you go back and you're like, wait, what is happening on the news? Wait, who got married? They had kids? What? I had no idea what was going on.
And when you say tour, you were gone for like what, 8 months out of the year or something like that?
We were gone the Purple Rain tour when we first started that. I mean, it went on forever because once we did all the dates, we came back and did them again because they kept adding dates. Like we did the Forum.
It was a phenomenon, Purple Rain.
6 or 7 shows. No, it was amazing. I think we were out we did like 98 shows. We were out for a year and some change. Something like that.
God.
Yeah.
Sheila, out of everything you've done in your career, out of all the things you've accomplished, all the songs you've done, would you say that Crush Groove is probably your favorite thing that you've ever done with Run DMC and LL Cool J?
That's on my list. Yes.
Is that on there?
Crush Groove.
Yeah, it's on my list. I didn't understand it when I first did it because I had just come off Purple Rain tour and I was exhausted. I wasn't sure that I wanted to do it, but it was an experience. And to know that all the people that were in that movie, like we didn't realize what that really was.
It was a movement right there. That was a movement.
Absolutely. And still is. I mean, people,
it's culture, a cult classic.
Yeah, it is. It's a cult, and people talk about it. The community talks about it and they embrace it as something that is just one of a kind. And I was just so honored to be a part of it.
How about the music that came out of Crush Groove? Come on now. I mean, for me, I mean, that was it.
Yeah. Well, the music and all the artists that were on there. You got LL. Run DMC, and you know, there's so many. There's so many.
Sheila, you have you got some new stuff out right now. I don't want to. Is it because I'm not is it Bailar? What's the name?
Bailar, yeah.
Bailar, to dance.
So that's the. I know what that means, Sook. I just didn't know how to pronounce it.
Bailar.
Bailar. So you have a new single, a new video. I want to play a little bit of the video, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Let me see if I did this the right way. Hopefully it comes up. Let's see.
Boom.
Well, no, wait, hold on.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, drum roll. Don't worry. This'll never see the final product, Sheila. Don't worry.
Will edit it out. We'll edit
It was
it out,
yeah.
Sheila.
I could always add it in. This was a last.
Oh,
By
no,
the way,
you
by
can
the
add
way,
it.
is your hair? I'm just talking as women here. Is your hair pushed to the side, or did you shave it?
It's
Oh,
gone.
you shaved it. I
It's
love
gone.
it.
It's
Shaved it
gone.
off.
It's all
Oh,
gone.
I love that look. That looks so good.
It's all gone. I cut it all off, and yeah.
I
So
love
this
it.
is both sides are short like that.
I love it. I love it.
And I
That's
just
cool.
left the top and added a few pieces for today.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, a little fullness.
Yes, we all need that.
All right, nobody move. Let me see if I could get this on here.
It goes like this. Oh,
Yeah, sing it.
Oh, 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 oh. Yeah.
Sheila, you know what? I'll add the video in post production.
Okay.
But tell us about. Okay, so we just came out of the video. It was awesome.
It was great.
Amazing.
I'll put it in there. But so you're doing this new music. Are you? Tell us how you came up, because I know you're going into a whole like a different genre than we're normally used to seeing you in.
Well, I grew up listening and playing Latin jazz because of my dad, but we love salsa music, which is a whole nother thing. And I got together with one of my friends. His name is Tony Sucar. He's an amazing timbale player, percussionist, but his arrangements and what he writes are incredible. And he just won 2 Grammys last year for Producer of the Year and I think Album of the Year. He's incredible. And we got together and said, I told him, I said, I want you to produce my salsa record. I've never done a salsa record. It's on my bucket list. I want to do it. So he's like, are you kidding me? It would be amazing, an honor, blah, blah, blah. So we did the first song. This first song by Laura was written initially by B. Slade and myself and one other person, I think. Yeah. Anyway, because it's been a long time ago. So we did an R&B version of it. And then Tony heard this. He's like, we need to flip this song. So he flipped it. And we included Luis Enrique singing this song. Amazing. And we had so much fun shooting the video in Miami. Wow. And so we're in the process of doing the rest of the record. But this is my first time ever, which I can't believe, first time ever doing a salsa record myself, like an album. So I'm really honored and privileged to be working with everyone. They did an incredible job.
And you're doing a tour soon, right? Isn't that coming up also?
In our neck of the woods, right? You're in New York City Winery?
Yeah, we're going to do, these were dates that were booked from last year that got pushed.
Oh, okay.
So this is my small jazz band. And I say small because I'm playing drums on the whole show.
Nice.
So I'll be playing drums and I love it because I hardly get to play drums anymore. And for this run, we have Raymond McKinley on bass, Roseanne Rad on keyboards, Bertrand Curtis on keys, Michael Gabriel on guitar, and Lynn Mabry on vocals, and our sound guy, James. Yeah, so we're going to have fun. We're playing a little bit of everything. Yeah, it'll be cool.
Sheila, when you were coming up doing your thing and the song Glamorous Life started to hit, who were the people you were listening to on the radio that kind of inspired you?
Growing up, well, besides my dad, growing up listening to music, all the Latin jazz music that he brought into the house, and then some of the salsa artists, and then he brought in jazz. So it was 3 different genres like that. And then he wanted me to play classical music. So I started listening to classical music. But at the same time, when you're going to school and you're young, you're listening to the radio. We loved anyone who was on Motown. My brothers and I thought we were like the Jackson 5. So we would do all these imitations, the Temptations, the Supremes, whoever it was, James Brown, Stevie Wonder. We would play their songs and we'd start dancing and do it. So we were always doing that. But born and raised in the Bay Area, radio was pretty cool because they would play Carlos Santana or Grateful Dead, Tower Power, Sly and the Family Stone.
Power.
Yeah. Pointer Sisters. So all the people from the Bay Area during that time, my brothers and I would go and catch the bus to go sit outside at the community center and listen to them rehearse. Before we even met them, we had no idea that this was going to be our life. So it was pretty amazing.
Now, before Glamorous Life and everything else, tell me a little bit about this picture right here.
George Duke, yes. That was a lot of fun. So after playing with my dad and his band, because Billy Cobham produced our first record, I met George Duke while We did our first, my dad and I did our first record. I think I was 17, 16,
Wow.
17. But in those pictures, I might have been 18. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Somewhere around there, 18, 19. Yeah. And wow, you have pictures I've never even seen before. Okay. That one I think is during Glamorous Life. I think that's Patti LaBelle.
That looks like Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, it's Patti on the right. Yeah. And who's the woman on the left on your right-hand shoulder?
I don't know.
But that's definitely Patti LaBelle next.
Yeah, that's Patti. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's during, I think it was one of the shows that we did. She came to see the show.
And by the way, if you look at the guy behind, I know he probably wasn't even alive, but doesn't that look like Bruno Mars a little bit? And the guy in the hat?
No, not at all.
Look at his face.
I could see that. I could see what you're talking about, but
telling
no.
you,
Yes, but no. By the way, I feel like Bruno carries that torch of R&B and to this next generation.
Yeah.
Because my kids, they're like, "Oh, that sounds like Bruno." I'm like, "No, that's not Bruno. Bruno is like, he's really, inspired by this genre of music." But yes,
yeah, he was inspired by old school music and definitely has incorporated that into his songwriting.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
absolutely, 100%.
So silky smooth, such break out the Cavaliere.
Absolute pleasure having you on. Watching you play is it's astounding. Never seen anybody do that.
Sheila,
listen, good luck with the tour.
Thank you.
I want everybody to come out with the tour. And again, I realized what happened when your song came over. It came over as a movie file. And it only lets us play MP4, so I have to convert it.
No problem.
I'll put it in on the final. But before you go, can you give us a little acapella, little Glamorous Life, first like 30, 40 seconds?
First of all, I'm coming to New York, Philly, DC, Boston, Chicago next week, like starting on the 22nd, 23rd, and then New York.
23rd
so
in New York.
I will do that when you see me on the show.
Oh, Sheila, you're killing me.
I got to get people to come to the show.
All right.
Safely.
All right. Sounds good. Sheila E., thank you so much.
You are the best, Sheila E.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Take care.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yes,
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
God bless you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Amazing.
So what do you say about Sheila E.?
I mean, the energy that she comes out when she does her live show is like insane. It's, like when we were talking about Taylor Dane yesterday, like that is like insane stuff coming at people, that energy. Woo!
Can I, hold on, let me just,
I don't know what you can do.
Bring
in Phil?
No, Tabitha's coming up.
Oh, Tabitha's up. Yes.
Tabitha's here. I just wanted to give you a little bit of that one more time because that got my heart pumping a little bit.
Let's do it again. I mean, the energy that just you're just like, whoa. And you're like, can you ever do that? I mean,
that is insane.
Can you imagine her gun show, her back? I mean, she just must be sculpted.
That's insane.
It's fantastic.
Suk, I thought we'd get her to sing for us.
Nah, that's Sheila E.
She turned us down on the singing. I think that's the first time in 2 years.
I mean, can I tell you, those clothes that she wore, that hair, I'm telling you, it defined a generation.
Yeah,
lace cut gloves. Do you remember that? The
Absolutely.
lace gloves.
Oh, yeah. The Madonna-like glove.
The bustiers with the fluffy hair.
Suk, my bustier is right over there in the closet. If I can go grab it for you. Suk, listen, you would think Felix Cavaliere and Sheila E. would be enough for a show.
No, because we had two icons.
Yeah. Well, listen, we have a future icon coming on the program because you know us. We've had so many musicians on this show. Some very famous, some not so famous, up and comers, and everybody's so talented, Suk. There's so much untapped talent throughout this country, even on the globe. We've had people from all over.
World.
Tabitha Fair is a singer-songwriter.
In Oklahoma.
She I don't know if she's still in Oklahoma, but she grew up near Phil in Tulsa, I believe, and she has worked with Lady Gaga, Beyonce, you name it. She's got a new single out that she's going to sing for us. She's got her backup singers with her.
I love it.
So we're going to talk to Tabitha Fair next. Here she is a little bit, and then we'll bring her in on the other side. Take a look.
The greatest gift we can give to every boy and girl is the beginning of the healing of the
Wow. Talk about a voice. Holy mother of pearl.
Thank you.
Hi, Tabitha. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
That's
Nashville, Tennessee right now.
Oh, everyone's in Nashville.
You're in
Look at
Nashville?
you.
Yeah, I'm in the studio, with these amazing musicians.
Oh,
beautiful, beautiful.
We just Felix Cavaliere from the Rascals was just on. He's in Nashville. He might be right next door, I think.
He might be.
Felix, where are you?
Tabitha, you've got some incredible voice. Who are the folk? Give us the names of the folks behind you.
Okay, my bass player here is John Allen.
How are you, John?
And then guitar player, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
And Sophia Medina. Hi,
hello, Sophia.
Sophia, nice to see you guys.
They are not only great musicians, but they're my good friends. So
I love it.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Tabitha, I've been looking at videos of you over the last couple of days, and you could, as they say, you could sing the phone book.
that's quite a compliment.
Yeah, no, it's really amazing. And now you performed not at the second inaugurations of Clinton and Obama.
Yeah, I did.
Wow,
yeah,
how'd that come about?
Well, you know how it is in the music industry. It's all like word of mouth. And, I've worked with so many different people over the years. And at that point in time, well, with the Obama inauguration, I was working with a guy named Rob Mathis.
Okay.
And Rob now works a lot with Sting. And but he was I did the Kennedy Center honors a lot over like the last 13, 15 years. And Rob Mathis was the musical director for that. And so because of all that, he was asked to do Obama's inauguration on the Mall.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So
That's
that
really
was
cool.
that was really an incredible experience, just to look out in the crowd and see thousands.
Oh my God. I can only imagine.
As far as you could see, it was pretty amazing. And then you also have, all the people out in the television audiences. So.
Oh, and we were all watching, trust me.
Yeah.
Carole King, another a great.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, how did that come about?
Well, so I was asked to do a songwriting retreat in the south of France.
Oh, that's
and it was
nice.
Michael Copeland's Castle, and this was a while back, and she was one of the artists on the retreat, and of course everybody on that retreat's chomping at the bit to get to work with her. And the last day of the retreat, I was asked to write a song with her, and I was just like, wow. This is what an experience, to get to work with her. I have to say, the whole week that we were there, she was just so, so amazing to all of us and such a mentor, and I think, people like Carole King, James Taylor, Sting, Bruce Springsteen, all those people, they're artists that are legacy artists. They've been around for a reason. because not only of their talent and abilities, but also as their person. You know, they're all just amazing people.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So Carol, the last day of the retreat, you know, she came in and she played this idea she had, and me and John Parrish, the other writer, we were like, yeah, we love that idea. Well, who wouldn't, you know?
Yes, Carol, that sounds amazing.
Yes.
So
we'll
yeah,
do
so
that.
we started writing the song, and it was magic, and we wrote it in probably 30 minutes.
Did you get to sing it with her too?
Well, check this out. So we wrote the song, we recorded it the same day that we wrote it, and then I got a call maybe a couple of years later, and I was asked if we could use the song for a film. So it was in the movie Sum of All Fears with Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they asked
Sum
if
of
I would
All Fears.
and then it was on the soundtrack and in the movie. So, you know, so that was quite a cool, you know, experience. Not only to write with her, but that the song was also put in a film, and I got to sing it in the movie.
That's amazing. And you've got, I mean, listen, you've worked with Lady Gaga, Beyonce, right? Bruno Mars, John Legend. Did you open for people like that? Did you sing beside them? How did that work out?
I sang with them.
With them.
Yeah. Like I did the Grammys with Lady Gaga several years ago. Yeah. And you know, when you get those calls, it's kind of surreal. You're like, really?
Yeah. Are you Rascal Flatts right here?
Yeah.
That's me. I was singing Easy, that duet that they did with Natasha Bedingfield. He and I would sing that every night out on tour together.
I love it.
So
I love it. And
that was so much fun.
You read about your history. You're raised in Oklahoma by your dad's a preacher.
That's
and
right.
And the first thing I think of is Footloose, right?
That was my childhood.
Yeah.
And how do you say the name of the town that you grew up in? Chippewa?
Well, I'm Chickasaw.
Chickasaw.
Yeah, so that's what I'm Chickasaw Indian. But I grew up in a little town called Garber, Oklahoma. Very, very small, close to Enid, close to Oklahoma City.
Oh.
So yeah, just very small town. But I think growing up in a small town is good, because I think it keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
You know, and growing up a PK definitely keeps you grounded. There's nothing like that.
Oh,
and
my
all
goodness.
the PKs out in the audience knows what I'm talking about.
Now you have this new single called Fly.
Yeah.
Which you guys you're gonna do that for us here on this fine program, right?
Yes, and I have to tell you, so you know, had I not met a couple of people I'm just going to mention that would not have happened.
Absolutely.
Our executive producer LP Vargas put all of it together, and he arranged you know, me and DJ McCall, the guy that I wrote the song with, us to get together and actually collaborate together.
Gotcha.
So had it not been for LP, none of this would have happened. So thank you, LP Vargas. You're the best.
LP Vargas in the house.
Yeah. And DJ McCall. He's
DJ
amazing.
McCall. So this is it's more of a dance single.
It is.
Are you guys doing it right now as a dance single?
Well, we're going to do it more acoustic.
Acoustic, okay.
This is the remix.
This is the the remix version.
Remix.
Slow it down.
I have to say, I love doing things more acoustically, because you really get to hear the vocals, you get to hear the lyrics,
the bones.
Yeah, you get to hear the bones, and you know, is it really a good song or not? If you can take it there.
I hear you.
I love it.
Amazing friends and musicians are.
All right.
Are
the floor is yours.
All right. All right, here we go.
1, 2.
It doesn't seem right that you have wings and don't have the sky. You don't have to feel like you have lost your mind. Come along with me right now. Let us fly to a place we can set you free. Open up your arms, make them strong. Hold your head up high, 'cause we are gonna fly. let you down. You can't make, ain't nobody gonna love you the way I do. Come a little closer, grab my hand and hold your head up high, 'cause we are gonna fly. We are gonna fly, fly, fly together, reach across the sky. We are gonna fly, fly, fly together, together forever, together fly, together forever, together fly, together forever, together fly, together forever, together. Gonna make you fly. Gonna make you fly. Oh, gonna make you fly. Oh, gonna make you fly. Oh, we are gonna fly. We are gonna fly, fly, fly together, reach across the sky. We are gonna fly, fly, fly forever. We are gonna fly. We are gonna fly, fly, fly together, reach across the sky. We are gonna fly, fly, fly forever. Gonna make you fly high for me. Gonna make you fly high for me, for me. Gonna make you fly high for me. Gonna make you fly high for me, for me. Gonna make you fly high for me. Gonna make you fly high for me, for me. Gonna make you fly high for me. Gonna make you fly high for me.
Woo! It is just incredible.
Wow.
By the way, Tabitha, DJ Macau is like saying, giving you some love right
You
there.
rock his world, Tabitha.
Thank you, Macau. I love you. Thank you.
Really good. Nice. Very
Good
nice.
vibes.
Yeah.
Let's fly together is right.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. I think there might be an acoustic version in this song for you.
Yeah, definitely.
I think so too. Yeah. Thank
Um,
you so much for having me. This is so much
oh
fun.
yeah, no, you guys are amazing.
Wait,
You
wait,
go
she
ahead,
was
Sue.
Gram-
Go
no,
ahead.
no, no. She was. I was just gonna say she was nominated for a Grammy with
Yeah.
Desmond Child's live album. What?
Yeah.
Now, like, let me ask you a question. Like, what are those little? What? That is not little. That is huge. What does that mean for you? To all
Yeah.
this work, to get to that point, to get that nod, to get that recognition.
It's amazing. You know, I think you work all your life, you know, especially as a musician, as a singer, as someone in the music industry, you work so hard, you know, to get those kind of nods. And I think in order to get those kind of nods, it's just, you just have to love it. And I truly love singing. It's just my passion and in my life.
Yeah,
Well-
it was you started, real young, right? 10, 11 years old.
I did. I started making records when I was 11.
Yeah.
And I sang on my grandfather's record. My whole family is very musical. My mom, she plays piano and organ and sings. And
Wow.
my grandfather was a songwriter as well and a guitar player. And
I love it. Tabitha, when you were a little kid, who'd you emulate that you would listen to? Who'd you copy?
Who was on the playlist? Who was on the playlist?
well, when I was a little kid, I was only allowed to listen to gospel music.
The preacher's daughter.
That's it, man. That's it.
Could you wear red cowboy
I would
boots?
listen to Andre Crouch and the Disciples. They were huge.
Uh-oh.
It was going so well.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Oh,
back.
here we are.
You're
We're
back.
back.
You're back.
Awesome.
Andre Crouch and the Disciples? Yes.
Andre Crouch and the Disciples. I listened to them. I would play the Andre Crouch live at Carnegie Hall. I listened to that album over and over and over and over, and would imagine singing at Carnegie Hall when I would listen to that record. and listened to Reba Rambo, the Rambos, and they were more of Southern gospel.
Wow.
Southern gospel group, but Dottie Rambo was just an incredible songwriter, and so is Reba. I mean, they're both incredible, and
wow,
I just got actually the honor of getting to be her friend.
Oh wow!
To sing with her and to collaborate with her, and just we're good friends now.
Now tell me the truth, Tabitha. Was it hard being a preacher's daughter?
Yes, it gets yes. I'm not gonna lie. Because we have to meet up to all these crazy expectations that nobody can live up to.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just really, as soon as you hear preacher's daughter, it's like there will be no dancing in this town.
Dad, I want those red cowboy boots. Give them here.
Honestly, I wasn't allowed to go to dances, so I can totally relate to that.
Wow, that's a whole different world from where we are, Tabitha.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Oh yeah, well, you guys knew that I lived in New York City, right?
Yeah, no, I know
you were that.
You were doing a lot of solo stuff at the clubs, right?
Yeah.
But no, you would have been a lot different growing up in New York City. You would have been able to dance a lot more free.
Oh,
that's all we did in the 80s in New York. We were always in the clubs.
I would have been all up in that stuff, girl.
Yeah, we were cutting out of school, hanging out in New York City. That's all we did. My kids, you can't peel them away from a PlayStation. I'm like, hello, we live in New York. Go to the streets.
Right.
Let the streets teach you something.
Ride your bike.
And they will. You know.
So funny. Tabitha, did you guys want to do another one? Did you?
No, I think we're probably good today. We really wrote this up today.
Awesome. All right, very good.
Gosh, but thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Listen,
thank you guys in the back.
The song is the new song is called the new song is called Fly with DJ Macau. Now I guess people can download it wherever you download songs, right?
On everything, all the digital platforms. All the song is available on everything.
Beautiful, beautiful. Tabitha, listen, continue to do what you guys are doing. You sound amazing. And you know the deal. Just keep hammering away and eventually doors open up.
You know what? That is it. That's exactly right.
And props to the people behind you too. Can you say their
names
again?
You guys sound
for spending the afternoon with us.
Here is Sophia.
Sophia, thank you.
Sophia.
Alex Kilroy.
Bye, Alex. Thank you.
Alan on upright bass. And these people, man, they are incredible singers and musicians.
Listen, go over to Broadway, have a couple drinks, and you deserve it.
Alex, are you playing Broadway tonight?
Not tonight, actually tomorrow.
Alex, where do you play? What bar?
Which bar?
Tomorrow I'm playing Whiskey Road.
Oh, really?
He's a beast of a singer.
Oh my God!
Can we just sing you a little bit of something?
Absolutely.
Come sing, Alex.
Come here, Alex. Get up here.
I'll just sing something about Tennessee whiskey since we're in Tennessee.
Go ahead, little Tennessee whiskey. Go ahead.
You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm with a glass of brandy. And honey, I say so. Oh, no love all the time.
Oh,
Alex!
Man.
Something from Sophia?
Sophia.
Come on, Sophia. Get in here, Sophia.
Get over here, Sophia. You better sing for us.
Come on, Sophia. Okay, right.
Look at this talented group.
Wow.
Yeah. And don't you know that it's wrong to take what is given you so far gone on your own.
Strong, get on for the thrill of it all. Whoa, you're a rich girl.
And you're gone
too far, because you know it don't matter anyway.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, that's great. Listen, before here, well, believe me, we've tried many times.
Listen, I've been called a bitch girl a couple of times. You know what I mean?
First of all, my daughter turns 21 in May, and my wife, we already booked a trip for them to go to Nashville.
You're such an enabler.
Because,
you know
we got to get my daughter drunk in Nashville.
It can happen. Trust me.
So there's a girls' trip. Alex, you got to let us know where you're singing, man.
Yeah.
So come see
Absolutely.
you.
I don't know yet, but I'm probably gonna be playing somewhere downtown, so I'll let you know.
Beautiful. Nice.
He also plays with Presley and Taylor.
Wow.
That's amazing. Now, listen, before you go, Tabitha, we got our own Oklahoma boy, Phil, right here.
What?
Phil is our musical. He's the musical director of the show. And anytime someone comes on and sings Tennessee Whiskey,
yes,
I got to match it with one of our own.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't follow that. But used to spend my nights out in a bar room. Liquor was the only love I've ever known. That's all I'm gonna do.
Beautiful. Phil, that was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Great. That's great.
Now,
Now, listen.
Nashville, Phil, come on.
Yeah,
I will.
God.
I'll come visit.
Tabitha,
Okay.
guys, listen, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And like I said, just
Amazing.
keep doing what you're doing, and we'd love to have you guys back on anytime.
Yeah, Alex and the gang, come back and sing for us
absolutely.
and tell us what you guys are up to. We'd love to support you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Isn't that amazing? They're so great.
Absolutely. Tabitha, thank you so much, guys. Continued success. I'll stay in touch with B, and we'll get you. Obviously, you guys can come on whenever you like.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye,
guys.
guys. Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye.
You too.
Excellent.
Philly Kid.
What a show, Phil.
Oh man, I wasn't paying attention. And you brought me on. I'm like, whoop. Wow. I don't know how I'm going to follow that up. I mean, that was like a whole studio full of
I know. I was gonna say,
fantastic artists.
did you sound like you got something done to your tooth? You got
Well, I had to have my tooth pulled. I told I would spend like 3 hours in a chair getting a tooth dug out.
Yeah.
Well, so they gave me until my regular crown comes in, which is like 3 months. They gave me this what they call a flipper.
Flipper.
You got the flipper, huh?
It's pretty. I mean, I can smile now, but it makes me talk funny. So
I love it, man. I love it. Listen, Felix Cavaliere loved your tune.
And invited you to Nashville.
He's like, I think Phil needs to come sing with us.
Oh man, yeah.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you discovered sooner or later, bro.
Or you need to go down for his 21st birthday party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. This is just the girls. This is
I
just
thought it was
girls'
you
trip.
going down there. Okay.
No, I'm not allowed to go. It's all girls on this one. So
Wow.
they already got the trucks and everything ready to go. But listen, guys, great, awesome show, man. What a great 2 days here on the big program.
It's a big show.
And yeah, it's good stuff. And Suki, babe, Suk, before you go, you used to watch Brady Bunch, or is that way before your time? Brady
Bunch,
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, that was the lineup.
So do you remember watching? You would always see produced and directed by Sherwood Schwartz.
Schwartz.
He would always come on. Well, Sherwood Schwartz partnered up on those shows with his then much younger son, Lloyd.
Lloyd Schwartz.
Sherwood and Lloyd Schwartz. Lloyd is coming on the show.
Wow.
In like a week or two. He's got a new play coming out in L.A., but man, are we going to talk to him about some Brady? But he was there for all the shows. He wrote
all of it.
Yeah, for the Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island, all kinds of stuff.
Love it, love it.
He's coming on too. So we got a lot of good shows coming up. Good show. A lot of big things happening. Spread the word, people. Spread the friggin' word, would you?
Spread it. Let's fly.
Let's fly. Suk, I'll talk to you over the weekend.
Bye, Phil.
Babe.
Bye, everybody. See you.
See you, Suki.
Feel better. We're
That was funny. See you, babe. Bye. Oh man, Philly Kid. When I saw you singing like that, I'm like, he don't want to sing. That was funny. I figured as soon as you heard him singing, I'm like, Philly Kid's dying to get in there.
No. I'm glad you did. That was fun.
That was good. He was good, the kid, right?
Wow. What
Alex.
Did they say his last name?
I didn't catch his last name. They were, and she was very good too. The young lady, she forgot the words a little bit, but I mean, Tabitha got an amazing voice. I mean, God,
gosh,
Sheila E. Everything, and it's just I mean, Felix Cavaliere, Taylor Dane yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the show today was like a show of, you know, inspirational legends that have inspired me in my own life. You know, just legends.
Yeah, yeah,
and you know, Tabitha and all those talented kids that she brought. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was really, really good, man. Really good. What's going on with you, bud?
Not much, just hanging out.
Now, do you feel like singing, or you can't sing because your mouth's a little wacky? It's totally up to you.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna sing. I'll sing a couple, and because the show ran a little long, and my wife's ready to go run errands. So.
Oh, is she? All right. Well, tell your wife we switched it from 7 o'clock to 2:30, so you could be around.
Yeah, true. Hey, you know what? Hang on a second.
Yeah, good. Oh, yeah. Take out that flipper.
Okay, I'll just kind of cheat to one side so you can't see my, so I don't look like the Toothless Wonder.
Oh man, you're a mess today, huh?
Oh man, it's crazy.
It doesn't hurt or anything, right?
No, it's
you just have like a space.
Yeah, it's a space, and I've got my what they call implant in there, and it's just waiting on the crown to come in, and that takes like 3 months.
Oh my god,
which is ridiculous in this day and age. But
that's so funny. You know how we before you sing, you know how we rerun the show, we re-air it, quote unquote, live at night.
Yeah.
So my wife and I we're laying in bed watching. We're into this Marvelous Mrs. Maisel now on Prime Video.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is really good. Have you seen it?
I've seen a few episodes. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's really good, man. It's really good. I enjoy it. But so we're watching it, but I see our show comes up on my phone. And as it got to the part where she comes into the frame and starts talking to Suki, I took it, I showed it to her, and she was ready. I thought you were gonna chop my head off.
She thought you put her on the show.
She knew she was on the original show eventually after I told her.
Okay.
But when she came on, she thought Suki and I were just sitting here talking, and we were already done with the program. So she didn't know. So because she won't be on camera for anything. So when I replayed it, I show her. She's like, "If you don't take that off of Facebook, I am gonna kill." I'm like, "I can't. What do you want me to do? I can't take it off of Facebook. It's there." I'm like, "I could edit. I'll edit you out of the show when we send it to the TV people or whatever." I'm like, "I can't take it off of Facebook." So she gets so mad. That's why when she started talking to Suki on camera, I'm like, does this chick know that we're on? Because she would have never done that. Thank God she didn't like set curse or anything or whatever, talk about stuff that was personal with Suki.
Yeah.
Because she totally thought we were just. I'm like, no, yeah, we're on a Zoom call. We're just hanging out. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. My wife's the same way. I couldn't pay her $1 million to come on camera, man.
They won't come on. It was just funny though. So she's like, you better get. I'm like, yeah, I'll get rid of it. No problem. Sure. But all right, let's sing it up, baby. Let's finish off this program.
Okay, so anyway, today is the birthday of one of the biggest stars in country music.
Biggest stars in country. Female or male?
Male.
Ooh.
And I'm going to sing you a little bit of one of his songs and see if you can tell me who the artist is.
Nice. All right.
I've been thinking about our love situation, all this attraction in the present tense. I've reached the only logical conclusion. Love ain't supposed to make sense. This ain't no thinking thing, right brain, left brain. It goes a little deeper than that. It's a chemical, physical, emotional devotion, passion that we can't hold back. There's nothing that we need to analyze. There ain't no rhyme or reason why. 'Cause this ain't no thinking thing. Name that artist.
Name that artist.
He also had
that song.
He also had a big song out that had this line in. Oh, honky tonk, but donka donk.
Oh yeah, that's wait. Don't tell me. Honky tonk, but donkey.
Generally, he talks like this.
Yeah. That's Atkins, Trace Atkins,
Mr. Trace Atkins, one of my favorite singers of all time.
Yeah, baby. Trace Act, boy, he's got that voice, man. Him and
Yeah.
Sam Elliott have that voice where it's
Yeah. Speaking of Sam Elliott, have you been watching 1883?
We watched the first episode because Tim McGraw's in it.
Yeah.
You know, we're Yellowstone fans. We watched the first episode. We haven't continued it yet, but I saw Sam in there. But we're gonna get back to it soon. But it seems pretty good. You know, it's Tim McGraw, so my wife will make me watch it anyway. But it seems to be pretty good.
It's good. It's good. In the next, if you watch the first one, the next 2 episodes it gets better and better.
Oh yeah. There's some action going on, and
yeah, it's great. It's
beautiful.
Great. You know, and you know, when I was kind of skeptical because Tim McGraw and his wife Faith Hill are starring in this show. And I'm like, yeah, this is a quick money grab right here.
Yeah,
but then you watch them and like, wow, they are some good actors, and this is a good story,
and it's big production too, man. And
yeah,
I think
huge.
the guy who writes Yellowstone is the same guy who wrote 1883, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna finish up with one more.
Nice.
And this is a song that Trace Atkins also did a version of this song here, and it goes something like this.
Nice.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger. I'm traveling through this world of woe. Yet there is no sickness, toil, nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. I'm traveling through this world of woe. Yes.
Nice, Philly Kid. Nice. Well, listen, we'll end off the way we. Oh, you know what I would love, Philly Kid? You know how like I'm going to be away for a week. So I'm going to I wish that you got like you and Sook had the controls and you guys could just do a show while I'm not around. Just keep the shows going.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I guess I could have you guys like you can log into this, but you wouldn't know how to use anything. Like you would need like a week to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not really sure how we would do that, but I wish like we could because if I'm not here, we can't do the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we gotta of all the technical stuff, but it's really easy. It's really easy. Like I should show you guys how to do it. And just so this way, if I'm not around and we have guests and you want to host and do the show and have people on, it's just content, just filling up time.
Right.
But we'll talk about that. If you want to do it, I could totally show you. It's a really easy thing to do.
Okay.
I mean, it's all just the basic knowledge of, uploading and clicking buttons,
Yeah. I mean, have your people get with my people, and
I will.
We'll talk raise, and we can do that. We can totally do that.
We could certainly work on the money we're paying you. That would absolutely be great. But listen, as we always do, we are going to end with I said all this week we're going to end with a little Freedom Called, just in case people haven't seen it, and people who have seen it, they watch it over and over again. Philly Kid will be back next week. Same shows, same place, new guest, yada, yada, yada. Philly and I are going to have some more duets coming up. Have your people send the duets to mine again, and we'll do it. And here we go. A little freedom call. Everybody, tell your friends about the show. We'll see you again tonight at about 8:30, 8:45 when we rebroadcast. Bye, everybody. We love you.
See you later. Thank you, soldier, for your noble sacrifice. Never forgotten how you paid the price. Our freedom is a strong one, paid with sweat and blood, tears and dirt. On the field it turns to mud. Freedom called, freedom called, and the chosen ones were ready. Freedom called, freedom called, and the chosen ones came running. Thank you, mothers, for sending us your best. We hear your cries and feel the heartbeat in your chest. Freedom called, freedom called, and the chosen ones were ready. Freedom called, yeah, freedom called, and the chosen ones came running. Thank you, soldier, for your noble sacrifice.